His automatic response was no.
Is it just me, or do men not approach women anymore? Is everyone lonely?
When somebody is deliberately avoiding you, there's only two reasons for it.
I look at him and that was your son.
A surprising conversation is gaining momentum online as more women say men seem increasingly reluctant to approach them, whether at work, in public, or even in everyday social settings. Some creators argue that men have become more hesitant to initiate conversations, fearing rejection, workplace misunderstandings, or simply deciding that the risk isn't worth it. Others point to changing social norms, where both men and women admit that making genuine connections feels harder than ever. The discussion doesn't stop with dating. Some videos explore workplace dynamics, questioning whether women's ideas are treated differently in professional settings, while others focus on the broader loneliness affecting both sexes. Together, these perspectives paint a picture of a society where people may want connection but are becoming increasingly cautious about making the first move. She thinks the soap dispenser works just like her husband. That's strange, usually I only have to do it once and it happens by itself.
Nice. Why is it smoking?
I'm not going to be too harsh with her because you can see that she's really trying and putting in the effort. But for God's sake, woman, call a professional. She's recording herself failing on purpose. She could have spent that time actually learning how to use the tools. They worry about people letting their children mow the lawn when this adult doesn't know how to operate one.
Hey, Steve, and please don't come for this commenter because I have a legitimate question for you, Steve. In my marriage, when I first got married, I wasn't raised in like a patriarchal household. It was very egalitarian, and so I just knew how to speak my mind. I knew how to speak up. I knew how to ask questions. So when I first got married to my husband, I was like, of course, that's how we're going to interact like normal human beings. It was an immediate wake-up call that I could not talk to him directly because anytime I had an idea or a thought that was important to me, his automatic response was no. He literally had like a default no setting. He was always in a state of default pushback on anything I wanted to talk about. And this was jarring. Like I had never been in a relationship with someone who claimed to love me, who started from no, who started from pushback. So I learned that it was actually easier to get on board and faster if I did this thing where I kind of planted seeds and indirectly talked to him. And eventually, like a couple days or weeks later, he would come around and usually say it was his idea. And I would agree like, oh yeah, I'm so glad you thought of that, when really I had been talking about it for months. A couple of years go by, and this is exhausting for me to do this, like tiptoe around the issue, make sure he feels comfortable with it, have a million discussions before we take action. Because the truth is, once we started having kids, we needed to take action a lot faster, and I didn't have time to sort of coddle his feelings about it. So I went back to being more direct, and do you know what happened? He claimed I was being mean and aggressive. Anytime I used my most direct and clear language, and just said, we need to do this. This is a real big struggle. I really think we need to make this change. He'd be like, why are you being so aggressive? You're being really cold right now. What's wrong? Is there something off in our relationship? And I went back to this double bind of, if I say it directly, I'm accused of being mean. But if I tiptoe around it, it takes forever. So you tell me, what are women supposed to do with that double bind? This also happens, there are actually studies that show that this happens in corporate and work settings as well. That when the voice of a woman happens in a room, it's much more likely to be negated or turned down or not listened to than the voice of a man. Could it be that men are socialized not to listen to women?
I'm convinced that there are a significant number of women who wouldn't be alive without men around.
Is it just me or do men not approach women anymore? I fucking hate dating apps. I do not want to get back on one. I'd like to meet someone IRL, in real life, in the wild. But this seems hard as hell because if you're someone who doesn't go out to bars, it seems like at bars, it's socially acceptable for like people to approach each other. But everywhere else, like, you know, in a coffee shop or like in a restaurant or on the street, it seems like it's not like the norm anymore. Like everyone just kind of minds their own business. And I don't know if this is just me or if this is just where I live. I live in kind of a small town, or if it's like we've almost swung too far in the other direction. Because I remember when I was a teenager, like 15 years ago, men were like coming after me. I don't like, it was like borderline, like it was harassment. Well, like, I don't want to be harassed. We don't need to do that. But at the same time, like I don't know, I'd like people to talk to me. Like I don't want, it feels like we've gone so far in the other direction where everyone kind of operates completely independently. They look down, like they pass someone, they don't even really say hi. They're looking at their phones. Like they'll be like, oh, that person's cute, but they won't do anything about it. And this makes it really hard, I think, when you're single, when you even just want to make friends, you want to connect with new people because everyone is just absorbed in their own world. Like, is everyone lonely? Like, is everyone, I don't know. It's just, I don't like this.
What level of raw, unfiltered narcissism is required to film yourself trying to open a jar? They are beyond help.
Serious question for my mans out there. Why are you guys not approaching women? What is that about? What is that about? I have seen so many hot guys lately, and we make eyes, we exchange the look, we have the look, and then there's nothing else. I'm like, are you gonna come approach me? Hello, I don't want to be the one to approach you, okay? Because that's not my man's. My man's has, you know, the balls that he has, and he's not afraid to come up to me and say something, say hello. So if you're a man out there, you know, you guys have balls for a reason. Use them. And don't be afraid to approach women because we don't want to do that, you know? This is just a pro tip, okay? Chime in.
Women can only be strong and independent in the high civilization that men built and maintain for them.
When somebody is deliberately avoiding you, there's only two reasons for it. Literally, there's only two reasons usually. When you're being ignored by somebody, you are either dangerous and a threat to a person, so they have to almost protect their peace by being away from you, okay? Or if somebody's avoiding you, it's because they did something that they can't confront, and being connected to you and seeing you almost triggers that shame and that guilt. So if you've ever been connected to a person who completely just avoids you, typically that happens because they're either trying to protect themselves from the chaos or the instability that you probably are offering them, or if you're not doing or being that, they're avoiding you because they know they probably hurt you or they've mistreated you, and confronting you almost activates the shame and the guilt that they don't want to face. So when you know you haven't done harm to a person, but you see that they're avoiding you and they're not coming towards you, please understand it really has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with the fact that this person has faulted you and they don't want to take accountability. So rather than actually confronting it, they avoid you.
I'll give the chick swinging the sledge props. At least she gave it a go and had some self-realization at the end. The paint scratch fix, holy crap, was I screaming at the computer on that one.
Women are upset that men aren't approaching them in public anymore. Newsflash, ladies, y'all created this problem. Y'all created imaginary boyfriends who don't exist to say, I'm not interested. But because you didn't have the balls to say I'm not interested, you said, I have a boyfriend, and made an excuse. So explain to me how you plan on fixing this problem that you created.
Kevin, sweetie, the I have a boyfriend line was not born because we are drama queens. It was born because so many Kevins treated the word no like it was a personal hate crime. Men will hear I am not interested and go, wow, rude. But when they hear I have a boyfriend, suddenly it's, oh, my deepest respects to this imaginary king. And that's not women being dishonest. That's men respecting other men, even ones that don't actually exist, more than the actual human woman standing in front of them. The problem has never been men approaching women. The problem is the tantrum when we don't respond in the way that you think we should. It's the sulking, the insults, the manipulation, the wow, you're not even that hot anymore. It's refusing to walk away with dignity when a woman says no. And about the whole women should have balls, to be honest thing, honey, Kevin, balls are the least qualified symbol of courage. One gentle breeze and it's game over. It actually takes a ridiculous amount of courage to be a woman and say no to a man, especially a man who is already red in the face, yelling into his phone about why women are the problem. You are demonstrating exactly why women feel safer inventing boyfriends than trusting your reaction to the truth. And your video, honestly, I feel visually and emotionally attacked by it. The shouting, the tone, the chest hair out there leading a coup. I don't know if you're trying to fix dating or audition for a villain role in a low-budget action film, but either way, it is a lot. If you really wanted to fix anything, you'd be talking to other men and you'd be saying something like, hey guys, when she says no, that's your cue to exit stage left and not start a monologue. Do better, Kevin. It's really embarrassing.
I am so unmechanical inclined it's sad. Therefore, I stay in my lane and do what I'm good at. I also can't open anything anymore.
I hate when I think a man's good looking and then I look at him and then he doesn't approach me. Like, did you not see me just look right at you? Like, that was your sign. Like, that was me shooting my shot. Like, I looked right at you. Like, I looked away pretty quickly. Like, it was kind of one of these, ooh, you know? But, like, that was your sign.
The industry I have always been in has only one woman who tried to do the job, but failed, and I had to fire her.
This is my proof that I think that the population is gonna slowly decline because I am in a room of like 100 men and not one of them has approached. I just think men this day and age don't want to date.
Men are ignoring women at work because they don't want to lose their jobs. After all, he said something nice, which got reported to HR as harassment. What these viral videos reveal isn't just a debate about dating, it's a conversation about communication, trust, and changing social expectations. Some believe men are intentionally pulling back to avoid conflict or rejection, while others argue that many women are simply noticing how much less spontaneous social interaction has become. At the same time, workplace communication and shifting gender expectations continue to fuel disagreements over why these changes are happening. Whether this trend is driven by evolving social norms, fear of misunderstandings, or a broader rise in social isolation, one thing is clear: both men and women are asking why genuine connection feels more difficult than it did just a decade ago. As these conversations continue to spread online, they raise a larger question: are people truly losing interest in one another, or are they simply becoming more cautious about reaching out in the first place? You're watching Modern Dating Logic, where we keep it real, not emotional. If you see the pattern, you already know what to do.